Why is Wizards of the Coast starting to censor videos that people are making reviewing the new D&D 5e Player's Handbook for 2024? Let's discuss. So if you haven't been keeping up with the news, what's been happening is that reviewers have been making new reviews of this new handbook. And after their videos have come out, Wizards has started stepping in and telling them that they need to go back to editing and start blurring out whole sections of their videos because they're showing too many pages of the book. In one case, on Jordan, the PH is Silence channel, he actually got a copyright strike from Wizards of the Coast lawyers because he had made a video about their book, even though they had sent him the book, which was obviously a huge problem. If you get 3 of these strikes, then your whole channel gets deleted. Now, thankfully, this strike was later removed, but this has caused an enormous problem within the whole D&D reviewing community because you don't want to receive these strikes. It's a huge danger to your channel. After demanding that a number of different YouTubers censor their videos, Wizards eventually released new guidelines, specifically stating that their policy was that you should not be showing pages of any complete chapter when you are showing a flip through or showing the interior of the player's handbook. It's hard for me to imagine a worse way for Wizards to promote their book using tactics like this. It frankly kind of boggles my mind. Not only does it make you look like a control freak, and a very ungrateful one at that, who apparently doesn't want all of this free promotion, it also makes the videos that are covering your book look very incompetent and half-baked. The copyright strike against Jordan and all of these weird micromanagey rules that Wizards is trying to put in place is really going to discourage anyone from wanting to deal with Wizards and wanting to review their books if all of these rules and all of these restrictions come along with it. This has actually resulted in some pretty funny videos, like Professor Dungeon Master, who did a review of the new handbook while blurring out the entire screen just to be on the safe side. And what exactly is Wizards afraid of anyway? That people are going to be able to read entire chapters of the book by watching these videos? I mean, people are going to do that anyway once the book comes out in a hard copy. You can just go to Barnes & Noble or your local bookstore and you can flip through the book as much as you want. Are they afraid that people are going to screenshot each page of the book and cobble together their own player's handbook that way? Seriously? That's what they're concerned about? And of course, this whole policy isn't going to slow down piracy one little bit. Once the official PDF comes out in September, I'm sure there will be a pirated version that gets made almost instantly, if it doesn't exist already. There's genuinely no upsides to the tactics that Wizards are using here. This seems to be part of a long string of unforced errors that they've been making, where they sabotage their own product and then make life worse for the people who make that product popular. Here's the reality. Flipping through your entire book on YouTube and showing all of the pages to people is a great strategy. It sells books and everyone should be doing it. It's really strange to me that Wizards of the Coast doesn't seem to understand this. A lot of Wizards' biggest competitors, like Pathfinder for example, not only can you find flip-throughs of their videos on YouTube, you can find their entire rule system given away for free on their website. And this hasn't hurt the sales of their books whatsoever. This whole controversy is very interesting to me specifically because I've spent more than a decade on YouTube making RPG reviews. I've made hundreds of reviews of these books in the past. And one of the hallmarks of my channel is that I flip through virtually the entire book as I'm reviewing it so you can see what's inside. And over the course of this decade, not a single person, not an author, not a creator, not a publisher, has ever complained about this. In fact, they keep sending me more books after I do this because these reviews tend to sell books. And the reason for that is really simple. When you can see everything that's inside a book, you are far more confident in making a purchase because you know exactly what it is that you're buying. It's the equivalent of flipping through a book in the bookstore before you take it up to the register. It's just common sense. And I put my money where my mouth is on this one too. All of the books that I have ever made, that I've written, I do flip throughs on this channel as well, where you see every single thing that's inside. If you want to try and run one of my games by pausing the video and flipping back and forth to try and read everything, knock yourself out, man. It'll be kind of difficult because it'll be harder to run the book without all the PDF hyperlinks and so on, but I'm not going to stop you from trying. And I'm perfectly aware that there are pirated versions of my PDFs out there. That's just kind of how it goes when you're selling a digital product. There's no point in trying to whine about it or stomp it out. The goal is really to make a product that is so good that players will want to pay for it. They'll want to support you and buy the product. I'm not going to try and trick people by not letting them know what's inside the book, and then they'll be disappointed when they actually open it. I want to give you all of the information, and then you can decide for yourself. In all the years that I've been involved in the RPG scene, I've never heard of Wizards or any other RPG publisher freaking out about someone flipping through their books in a video. As far as I know, this is a new phenomenon, and I think it's indicative of the kinds of people that are running Wizards of the Coast now. It's a very different breed of person than have run it in the past. There's also a strange whiff of desperation to these tactics, as if they're afraid that the book won't sell well unless they try to cut off every single possible avenue of piracy. Paradoxically, I think the opposite might actually be true. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.